Let's go back to our item view controller, and here we are going to create new functions. So let's do it right after our IB action. And I'm going to put a mark here called add to basket. Okay, so the first function, let's call it is private func create basket. Let's say create new basket. So whenever our user registers and adds the first item to his basket, of course there is no real basket created for that specific user. So what we need to do is first we create a new basket and then we add the item to it. And if this user already has a basket, then we are just going to update the basket and add an item into it. So why we need this is that we are protected whenever our user doesn't have a basket. We first create it. Afterwards, we just add it. So first we need to check if a specific user has a basket. Otherwise, we are going to create a new basket. And if he has, I'm going to write another function, private func update basket. And update basket is going to take a basket, which is a type of basket, and it's going to have also with values, and this is going to be string any. So these are the two functions that we need. One, we are going to create a new basket and then add something to it, and the second one is we are going to just create new basket and just update the existing basket. So let's go with the first one, creating new basket. So I'm going to say let new basket is equals to basket, and we are going to initialize it. And then I'm going to say new basket dot id is equals, and we are going to create a unique ID, UID dot ID, and we're going to get a string value. Then we're going to say a new basket dot owner ID. Right now our application doesn't have an option to log in users, so we don't have a local user ID. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our user ID. And then we're going to say new basket dot item IDs is equals, and since we have one item now that we are trying to add, it's going to be self dot item dot ID. So we add this item ID into our array here, and finally we need to save it. So we say save to Firebase, but we need save basket to Firestore, and our basket is going to be our new basket. And once this is done, we want to, of course, notify our user. And to do that, we are going to use our JG progress AGT. And so let's create an instance of it. So self.agt dot text label dot text is equals, and I'm going to say added to basket, and then we're going to give our indicator view. So we say self.agut dot indicator view is equals to JG progress AGT success indicator view self dot self.aud.show in view is going to be self.view, and we're going to display it only for 2 seconds. So we say self.aud.dismiss after delay of 2 seconds. Okay, we have this function, so let's call this. Every time our user clicks add to basket, for now at least, I'm going to call this function. So get rid of this thing, the print statement, and we're going to paste this so that we can check if our code is working. So if I go to my Firebase, and underneath you can see, if I just refresh now, you will see that I have no basket items yet. So let's run our application. And let's add something to our basket. It says added to basket. So if I go to my Firestore now, and if I refresh again, we should see a area with our basket, which is here, and one item inside of it, which has an owner ID 1234, what we put. Then we have item IDs, we have only one item inside of it, and object ID. This is the object ID of our basket here. So the current issue is that if I click on the button again, this will add another random number basket that also belongs to our current user and has exactly same item. But we don't want this to happen, because every time our user adds something, it will create a different basket. We want to have only one basket for each user. So what we need to do is, every time our user taps add to basket button, first we want to check if there is a local user logged in. The second one, we want to download the basket of that user, and if it exists, it means our user has a basket, so we are going to use our update basket. And if there is no basket, we are just going to create a new basket. So let's get rid of this code, and also I'm going to delete 2 of these basket items. Let's choose this, the first one, and delete this document, and the second one as well. So we have only one which belongs to our user 1234, which really doesn't exist yet. All right, so what I'm going to do now is write an if statement here. Say if, and for now we don't have any way to check if there is a current logged in user because we don't have user authentication. Instead, I'm going to actually do the download part. So I say download basket from Firestore, where owner ID is equals to 1234, completion, and we are getting back our basket. And here we are going to check if the basket is nil. So say if basket that we just got back is equals to nil, means our user has no basket. So we say self.create new basket. Else we are going to say basket, which is our basket here, and we need to unwrap this because this is not equals to nil. We can safely unwrap it. Then we say item IDs, which we access our array of item IDs, and we are going to append one more ID to it, and this is our self.item.id. So we appended one more item to our existing basket, and then I can say self.update basket, which is our function here that we didn't implement yet, but we can call it for now, and I can provide my basket, unwrap it because it's not nil, and with values is going to be, our key is k item IDs. This is the key that we want to update, and the value is going to be our basket dot item IDs, because here we just updated the item IDs and we're providing the updated item IDs in order to update our basket here.